Namaste! Namaste!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bimiri Foundation. I've recently arrived back in Nepal. After a relatively soft 22 hours in transit, I still had another couple of hours to go in a taxi from Kathmandu airport out to Champati, where I live with Prim and Panchu. Unfortunately, in all the excitement of the big fair out to Namabuddha, the taxi driver forgot to think about how much charge he had left in his electric taxi. I didn't even notice it was an electric car, man. You're not going to get all the way back to Kathmandu on this. I don't know much about electric cars, but I was pretty sure I was right about that.
No.
Bye then, electric car.
Bye-bye.
Electric cars suck. ठीक छ ठीक छ तपाईलाई बेतर खुसी लाग्यो Really don't fancy walking up that, to be honest. It's about 5 kilometers from here, and luckily I didn't have to, because in Nepal about 95% of people driving past you will give you a lift if you need one, if they have space in or on their vehicle. Although hitching doesn't necessarily always get you exactly where you need to go, and I ended up having to phone Prim, who picked me up at the far end of the village like a total legend. I didn't do much filming when I got to the house, partly because I was too caught up in the excitement of seeing all the family, and partly because there was a Jakri staying in the house. In Taman culture, the Jakri is a person believed to be possessed by a spirit, often an ancestor or a deity. The spirit is said to grant the Jakri abilities to see into the unseen world, diagnose problems and communicate with the deceased. After what felt like my first proper rest in months, I hit the ground running with the YouTube missions. Over the next 90 days, I plan to get as many people subscribed to this channel as possible, with the aim of getting it monetized and then using the money from YouTube to pay for future projects. I took a stroll up to nearby Namabuddha Monastery and talked to pretty much anyone who would listen about the channel and asked them to subscribe. Luckily, walking up to strangers in the street in Nepal and talking to them about what you're up to goes down a hell of a lot better than it does back home in Scotland. So I was able to get 16 subscribers between arriving from the airport yesterday and a little stroll up to Namabuddha today. But those are rookie numbers, and I aim to be up in the game on that when I head into Kathmandu at the weekend. It's about 3 in the morning here now, so I really do need to wrap this up, because I'm going for a hike to Bimiri in a few hours. But before I go, a quick mention on the Just Giving page this week. An old colleague of mine, Penny, you absolute legend, big donation there, £250, thank you so much. And also another anonymous legend with £20 in there as well, thank you very much. Also, a very special mention this week for Alec in Dundee. He's taken on a bit of a fundraising challenge for TBF this year. He's canoeing from the west coast to the east coast of Scotland, and his page has already raised £665 in the first 6 days of being open. Fair play to Alec, that's an incredible bit of fundraising there.